So my landlord Pedro asked me about a week ago. He's like, "Hey, you do photography, huh? Would you mind coming out and having a look at a property that I'm currently marketing? Maybe take some pictures, do some drone footage, possibly even co-list it with me, because he knows I'm a real estate agent back in Canada. I'm thinking, it's going to be, regular sort of house." This is Magnum PI's house. He drives up to the gate, opens the gate, and guy comes out of a little house and says, in Spanish, "Welcome, who are you, what's your ID," and all that. And so Pedro kind of checks me in to the place, and I meet the gardener / security / everything else here, and his name is Walter, and he takes care of all this landscaping because the landscaping is extensive. And the people actually don't live here in Colombia, they live outside Colombia. And I believe from my conversation with Pedro and Walter can come with the house as an employee that would continue on taking care of the gardens. And there's corrals, stable, all this kind of stuff. It has its own church. There's a church right there, just a little church, private church. Okay. Wow, and the view. I took a couple pictures of the chair that, to imagine who was sitting here looking out at an entire valley. I don't know what mountains they are. I know we're sitting at about 2,400 meters above sea level right now, which is fairly high. But way, way, way in the back there, and I'll try to get a snapshot, I'm seeing pokey, pointy mountains, more like you'd see in the Rocky Mountains, or maybe the Andes or something. I know Bolivia is that direction. But here I sit on the most beautiful veranda I've ever sat on in my life. And I've been to some amazing places. You could buy this. You can own this. I'm sitting here looking out there, and there's a pond. In the pond, there's fish. I don't know if you can eat them or if they're, just decorative, but they keep coming to the surface and eating stuff. I can see them. You can go fishing down. There's a little dock over there. It is magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. I'll try and capture it for you.
Ya tú sabes. Ya tú sabes. Escúchame. Ya tú sabes. Ya tú sabes. Ya tú sabes.
There's actually two balconies off what would normally have been the master suite. Right now they've got 3 beds in the master suite because they're using this property as a vacation rental, and they want to be able to pack as many people in here as possible because they can charge more. So normally this would be the master suite, and I just showed you the vista off the front balcony, and here we are on the, I guess we call this the back balcony. This is the way you come into the house. So I would think, maybe this is the front yard. You kind of got to decide for yourself. Has beautiful views both on the front and the back. They've got a bed in here right now because they're trying to get as many people in here as possible for the weekend so they can rent it as a vacation rental. But this would normally be what they call the library. And just to my right here, we've got a spiral staircase going downhill. I'll try to grab a picture of that for you. And there's that spiral staircase I was telling you about. Okay, so here we are out on the balcony, and I'll try to give you a little bit of a view here to the side, and I'll grab some snapshots of that too so you can get a good look at it. But on a little side note, while I was here filming, Walter, his son, came down and said, it's time for lunch. So I went up there and I had lunch, which I'll put a picture in there. I took a picture of it so you could see what he made. Steak, rice, fresh squeezed mango juice, an avocado that was like this big. So here we have the great room. That's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it the great room. It's absolutely enormous. I'm not sure, like, you can see the roof. Normally in Canada, because I know the size of studs and walls and things like that, I could say, yeah, this is a 9-foot, 10-foot ceiling. This has got to be 10 feet. It's got to be a 10-foot ceiling through the entire house. Even the doors. Here, let me take you over here. Right here, you can see there's a door behind me. I'm 6 feet. It's huge. It's got to be like a 9-foot door. It's got to be a 9-foot door. So here we have the dining hall. Now, if you were a Viking, this table would be for you because it's got to be about 14 feet long, I'm guessing, something like that. And of course, it comes in straight off, which you can see from the great room. Balcony off that way. That's actually a courtyard. I'm going to have to do true justice to the courtyard because there's a fountain, there's 1,000 flowers. Okay, maybe not 1,000, but there's a lot of flowers. There's a table in here so that, if you're just making a light snack, I suppose you could eat there instead of going into the Great Hall with the rest of the Vikings. Got food prep. Huge, like, if you're into cauldrons, this is the fireplace. I'm in it. It's huge. Okay, let's take another gander here. Come over this way. Again, with the enormous ceilings. Got a stove, lots of prep area. And this goes right out into that kind of central courtyard with the fountain I was telling you about. And this is that courtyard I was telling you about. People will walk out from pretty much any room. There's the space is incredible.